Here we are. Good evening to everyone. We are in London. Started. What a photo! Fantastic. This is gonna be our plane for today. Boeing 737 MAX 8. Go. Here we go in the cockpit. Obviously the plane is cold and dark. And before to switch on the batteries, we have to check so many things. So the first one, we have to check if the engines are off, are on cut off. Yes. Now idle, cut off, obviously. Speed brakes up, throttle idle, flaps up, landing gear down. Fuel pumps off, hydraulic pumps off. We put everything on off. Isolation valve closed, obviously. Trim air off. Okay. Standby power off. Now we can switch on the batteries. Standby power on auto. And immediately ground power on. Okay, now we can consign to the cockpit preparation. Trim air on. Rear circular fan auto, left and right. Isolation valve open and packs on auto, left and right. Upper overhead panel, test the flaps and the slats. Test is successful. IRS on navigation. The crew oxygen is perfect. Flight recorder test. Okay, the spy is off, so the test is successful. Overspeed warning test. Successful. Same for stall warning. Okay, successful. The left part at the moment, we have to touch anything. To the left part now, we need exactly anything of this. Now we go on the right. Cab util on, seat pass seat on. More on the right, the seat belts on, emergency lights armed, and we can close the protection. More on the right, cockpit voice recorder microphone monitor test. The status is green, so the test is successful. Electric hydraulic pump B on. Test the power test for window heat. For lights green, so on. Test successful. Overheat test. The lights are on. All 4 lights, so test is successful. And the right part of the cockpit, you have to do anything except for position lights. We have to put them on steady. We now can go to the console and this part of the engines. Fault engines test successful. Fire engines test successful. Extinguish fire number 1 successful, and number 2 successful. And the last cargo test Fire and discharge successful. Now we have to select our flight plan and send it to the ATC. Today we will go to the airports of Bergamo. Okay, we can send the flight plan to the ATC. Okay. Now the frequency of the delivery ATC of Stansted is, we have this on the charts. Stansted delivery 121.955. So 121.955. Stansted delivery, good evening, runner 5639er, ready to receive for Bergamo Orio al Serio.
Stansted clearance delivery, Ryanair 5639er IFR to Orio, ready to copy.
Ryanair 5639er is cleared to Orio Airport via the Charlie Lima November 5 Sierra departure, runway 4. Climb via SID, maintain 9000, expect flight level 37010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 118.475, squawk 0425.
Ryanair 5639er clear for Bergamo Orio al Serio, runway 4, SID Charlie Sierra November 5 Sierra. Climb via SID and maintain 9,000 feet, expected flight level at 370 10 minutes after departure. Frequency departure 118.475, squawk 0425.
Flight level 37010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 118.475, squawk 0425, Ryanair 5639er.
Ryanair 5639er, read back correct. Contact ground on 121.73. Good day.
121.73 for Ryanair 5639er, good evening. Okay, today we have ...168 passengers, so the plane is full. 10.4 of cargo, pounds obviously, this is Boeing, and fuel we have 15.3 pounds. Okay, 15.5, we can put it. Now we have to set up the FMC. So the origin airport is Stansted, London, Echo Golf Sierra Sierra. Destination is Bergamo, Lima, India, Mike, Echo. The ATC call sign is Ryanair 5639er. You can embark the passengers. So the runway is 04. The SID is Charlie Lima November 5 Sierra. Route activate execute. And now we have to insert the route. via Mike 84 to Conan, Kilo Oscar November Alpha November. Then via Uniform Lima 607 to Kilo Oscar Kilo. Then direct to Idosa, India Delta Oscar Sierra Alpha. Then direct to Sutal, Sierra Uniform Tango Alpha Lima. Then direct to Golf Tango Quebec. Direct to Devdi, Delta Echo Devdi, Victor Delta India. Okay, execute. And now we have to enter the arrival. We expect runway 04. Let me check the ILS that we expect for Bergamo. We expect ILS 28 Papa, transition Tixum. So ILS Papa 28, the star is
Stansted ground. Ryanair 5
Oscar Delta India November for Echo, transition Tixum. Okay, let me check if are present some discontinuities. Okay, we have to delete them. Okay, now we go to the performance of the plane. Our cruise altitude is flight level 370. The zero fuel weight for today is 140.0. The reserve of fuel is 50 minutes, 1.2 pounds, and cost index for today is 5.4. Transition altitude for Stansted is let me check it on the charts. The 6,000, so it's perfect. The average wind for today is 226.25 knots. Okay, we can start the APU. Afterward, left fuel pump on. Annual limits for today, we have selected temperature of 447, the rate 1, climb 1, no limits for climb, takeoff, flaps 5, center of gravity is 3.1. The wind is 039 at 12 knots, 12. Runway condition is dry. V1 138 knots, VR 141 knots, V2 151 knots. Okay, now we have to wait for the catering. Okay. The APU is on, so APU generators on and ground power unit off. Stansted ground, good evening, Ryanair 5639, ready to push back.
Stansted ground. Ryanair.
QNH
5639er,
1015.
Information whiskey. Request pushback.
Ryanair 5639er, Stansted ground. Pushback approved.
Pushback approved for Ryanair 5639er. Okay, QNH is 1015. Anti-collision lights on. We are communicating to the people that are outside the plane, that the plane is ready to move. And we can request the pushback.
Stansted ground. Ryanair 5639er. Requesting pushback.
Ryanair 5639er, pushback request accepted.
Parking brake off, and now we are moving. Wow, look at that plane. I haven't the library, but it's okay. We can start up the engine. We'll start the engine 2, so the right engine. Packs off. APU bleed on. Parking brake on. We have to wait this number to arrive to 25. Two 25. Hydraulic pumps on. A and B. 25, so we can start the engine 2, and same thing to the engine number 1. I don't know why the pushback stopped us here. But that's okay. Okay. Fuel pumps on. We have to wait 25 here. 25, engine number 1 on to idle. Okay, the engine is starting up, so APU off, generator on, packs on auto, isolation valve auto, APU bleed off, engine bleed on. Electric hydraulic pump B on, yaw damper on. And taxi lights auto. Ryanair 5639er ready to taxi IFR.
Stansted ground. Ryanair 5639er with whiskey. Ready to taxi. IFR.
Ryanair 5639er. Taxi to and hold short of runway 4 via taxiway 45 Lima Juliet Bravo Hotel Kilo. Contact tower on 123.805 when ready.
Clear for taxi to runway 04 via taxiways 45 Sierra Juliet Bravo Hotel and Kilo. Contact tower on 123.805 ready to take off.
Taxi.
Good evening.
4 via taxiway. 45 Lima.
So 123.805 when ready to take off. And the taxiways is, let me check here. Okay, basically we are here, Bravo, and we have to go to the left for Juliet. I'm sorry, we are here, Juliet, and then Bravo for go to the hotel taxiway, and holding point Kilo 1. So first left, then the right, and hold straight. Parking brake off, we can put flaps to 5. I actually do not know why the pushback stopped us here. That is not normal. We are so slow because we have to turn immediately. But that's okay. Now we can go straight and follow the white line. At the moment we are on Charlie and Juliet, and the first to the right is Bravo. Auto throttle armed. Okay, we have to turn here to the right. This is the taxiway Bravo, and then we will go on the taxiway Hotel. We have to follow the taxiway Hotel till to the holding point Kilo 1 for runway 04. This is the runway in front of us, but we have to go and we have to depart to the other side, exactly the opposite side of the runway. So this to the our right is runway 22, and we have to depart from runway 04. Okay, now the ground speed is 19, 20. We can check the brakes. Okay, brake test successfully. Is success. We can reduce the thrust. The heading of the runway is 042. We have to put 042 on the heading in case of autopilot error. 042. So in case autopilot goes off, we can follow the straight line thanks to the heading of runway. And if the primary flight display goes black like this, unfortunately is normal. This is a bug of Boeing 727 in a Microsoft Flight Simulator for PS5. In the real life it's not like this, but this is normal because the IRS is on navigation. But that's okay. Now, even if the screen is black, the most important thing is that we can see the speed of the runway, because obviously during the takeoff we have to see when we reach the V1 and rotate. Okay, now we have to turn to this right, to this taxiway, and this is the holding point Kilo 1 for the runway. Before to enter to the runway, we have to obviously ask the permission to the tower ATC. Okay, thrust to idle, and we have to stop on the line. Perfect. Parking brake on, auto brake rejected takeoff, engines on continuous. VNAV armed, LNAV armed, and now we can ask the permission to take off. Stansted Tower, good evening, Ryanair 5639er, holding point Kilo 1 runway 04.
Stansted Tower, Ryanair 5639er ready for departure. Runway 4, IFR to Oreo.
Ryanair 5639er, QNH 1015. Cleared for takeoff runway 4.
Clear to take off runway 4, Ryanair 5639er.
Clear for takeoff runway 4.
Now we put the frequency departure is 118.475. Position lights probe and steady, landing lights on, taxi lights off. Parking brake off. We can enter the runway. Takeoff checklist, auto brake rejected takeoff, check. Spoilers up, check. Flaps takeoff configuration, check, is on 5. Teachers Tara, check. Autothrottle armed. VNAV and NARV armed, check. Taxi lights off. Landing lights on. Engine on continuous, check. Position lights strobe and steady, and a clock start. Takeoff checklist completed. Clear on the left and clear on the right. We now can put the trim. So engines stable, so maximum thrust, speed is alive, .80 knots. V1 rotate. Positive rates gear up.
Ryanair 5639 contact London Centre on 118.475. Good day.
118.475 for Ryanair 5639. Good evening.
118.475. Ryanair 5639er.
Flaps 2.
London Center, Ryanair 5639er is at 1,700, climbing 9,000. Ryanair 5639er, London Center, QNH 1015. Radar contact. Continue to ISCD 1.
Flaps 1. And now, as you can see on the PFD, we have reached this green line up, so flaps up. Autopilot on. No, it is not. This is a big problem. The autopilot doesn't want to enter. Okay, autopilot on. Now the outside temperature is 10 degrees. When the temperature is below 10 degrees, we have to put on the NTIs, engine NTIs of the plane. And if there's humidity, visible humidity, as you can see in front of us is a big humidity, so we can turn on the NTIs. and we are follow the altitude of the star. At this point we have to be at flight level 040, so 4,000 feet, and we are at 4,000 feet, QNH 1015. This is the seed that we have to follow. We are at 21 Charlie Lima November. We are here. At the next waypoint, we have to be 5,000 feet. In fact, we are climbing. And we are at 5,000 feet. So the outside temperature is still 10, but we have the engine NTIs on. So much turbulence here. Let me check if you can see the turbulence outside in a second. Yeah, a lot of turbulence here. Yes. As you can see, the wing is moving a lot. We are 6,000 feet. Passing the 6,000 feet, we have to put the QNH on standard. Why a lot of this turbulence? As you can see here, the navigation display, this is the wind indication, and we have a lot of changes of the speed of the wind, and obviously this changes of speed will move the airplane to the left and to the right, as you can see. Because of turbulence, we put seatbelts on. Obviously, the seatbelt sign was on for takeoff, and we leave the sign of seatbelts on because of turbulence. Okay, now the ATC tell us to expedite our climb to 9,000. So it means that we can we do not have to follow the altitudes of the star, because at this point we have to be at 6,000 feet. But the ATC tell us to expedite our climb to 9,000, and this is a sort of permission to not follow the altitude of the seed. We have passed the transition altitude, so we put the QNH on standard.
Ryanair 5639er, climb and maintain flight level tree 70.
Climb and maintain flight level at 370 for Ryanair 5639er.
Climb and maintain flight level tree 70. Ryanair 5639er.
Okay, so our cruise level is flight level 370. You can put VNAV. The temperature, outside temperature is 8 degrees, so engine anti-ice is on. Engine continuous. No need anymore for that. Passing 10,000 feet, we can turn off the landing lights and we can go above the 250 knots. Auto brakes off. Now we have to check obviously the engine indication, and they are perfect. Oil pressure, oil temperature is very good. Oil quantity is normal. This difference between engine number 1 and engine number 2. Vibrations is 2.7. This is good. And we have to check the pressure of the airplane. In particular, the differential pressure and the cabin altitude. Now the cabin altitude is 0, but in a few minutes this indication will increase, obviously. We are inside the clouds. Still turbulence.